The Rolex on your wrist is a total lie, but the $10,000 sitting in your bank account? That is very, very real. Most people think the luxury market is built on heritage and craftsmanship, but they are living in a dream world. The truth is much uglier and much more profitable. Right now, there is an invisible economy moving billions of dollars under the radar using nothing but high-quality clones. You have probably walked past someone today who is wearing a fake and making a fortune because of it. Wait, I know what you were thinking. This sounds like a scam or a cheap flea market hustle. It is not. It is a psychological masterclass in perceived value that most people are too scared to touch. I'm going to show you exactly how the elite are faking it to make it.
Here is the thing about human nature. We do not actually want the leather or the stitching. We want the feeling. We want the status. We want the door to open when we walk up to the club. When you realize that value is purely subjective, the entire world changes. You start seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. I have seen guys in their basements turning $500 into $50,000 in a single month by tapping into this specific thirst for luxury. They are not selling junk. They are selling the image of success to a world that is obsessed with it. But it gets worse. Actually, forget everything I just said about simple flipping. There's a specific mechanism, a secret online money method that allows people to move these items without ever touching them. It is high stakes, fast-paced, and happening right now.
Have you ever noticed how some influencers seem to have a new designer wardrobe every single week, despite having no obvious source of income? They are the pioneers of this gray market. They understand something you do not. The difference between a $3,000 bag and a $300 super clone is often just the location of the factory. Sometimes they are even made in the same building during the midnight shift. This is the ghost shift phenomenon. When the official brand orders stop, the machines keep humming. The same materials, the same workers, but no official serial numbers. This is where the real cash is buried. You and I both know that the system is rigged, so why play by the old rules? We are going to go deeper into how these perfect replicas are sourced from hidden communities.
But let's get to the real meat of the operation, because this is where most people get it wrong. They think you just post a photo on eBay and wait for a check. That is the fastest way to get banned and lose your investment. The pros use a triangulation method. They leverage social proof and niche communities where the demand for reps is higher than the supply for the originals. Think about it. If a sneaker drops and sells out in 4 seconds, 10,000 people are left frustrated with cash in their pockets. That is a vacuum. And in business, a vacuum is just a giant pile of money waiting for an owner. I shouldn't even be telling you this, but the smartest players are not even selling the items. They are selling the access to the source. They are charging for the secret.
Imagine for a second that you could buy a piece of art for $50 that everyone believed was worth $5,000. Now imagine you did not even have to ship it. This is the digital proxy strategy. You become the middleman between the underground factories and the hungry consumer. You are the filter. You are the quality control. People are willing to pay a massive premium to someone they trust to navigate the chaos of international shipping and language barriers. It is a service business disguised as a product business. The stakes are incredibly high because if you mess up, you lose your reputation and your capital. But if you get it right, you unlock a level of liquid cash that most corporate executives would kill for. I know it sounds intense, but the reality is even crazier than the theory.
The risk is not what you think. It is not the fashion police coming for you. The real risk is the noise. The internet is flooded with low-quality garbage that falls apart in a week. If you touch that, you are dead in the water. To make real cash, you have to find the Tier 1 batches. These are items that even experts struggle to identify as fakes. We are talking about genuine leather, real Swiss movements, and packaging that smells like a boutique in Paris. Why does this matter? Because the customer who buys these is not looking for a bargain. They are looking for a shortcut to a lifestyle they feel they deserve. You are providing the shortcut. It is an emotional transaction. When you stop looking at these as fake items and start seeing status keys, the profit margins explode.
Wait, there is a twist you did not see coming. The biggest buyers of these high-end replicas are actually the wealthy.
I have seen millionaires pull up in Italian sports cars wearing rep watches because they refuse to pay the $50,000 markup to a jeweler who treats them like a number. They have the money, but they hate the game. They would rather spend $3,000 on a perfect clone and put the remaining $47,000 into an appreciating asset. This is the wealthy arbitrage secret. When you cater to this demographic, your business changes from a side hustle to a high-ticket consultancy. You are no longer flipping shoes, you are managing a portfolio of aesthetic assets. It is a total shift in perspective. But how do you actually find these people without getting caught in the crossfire?
Here is the secret. You never claim they are real. Never. That is where the amateurs fail and go to jail. The secret online money method relies on complete transparency within private circles. You sell them as unauthorized, authentic, or high-tier archival pieces. You build a brand around the quality of the item itself, not the logo on the box. By doing this, you bypass the fraud aspect and enter the realm of educational sourcing. You are a curator of the world's best clones. People pay you for your eye, your connections, and your ability to spot a flaw from a mile away. It is a high-energy game of cat and mouse played in the shadows of the internet, and the reward for winning is total financial freedom. Have you ever felt the rush of a $5,000 day?
I know what you are thinking. This sounds too good to be true. But look at the numbers. The replica market is estimated to be worth over $500 billion. That is billion with a B. If you could capture just 0.001% of that market, you would never have to work a 9-to-5 again. The key is scaling. You start small, testing batches, and building a list of VIP clients. These are the people who want the new releases before they even hit the shelves. You become their guy, the person who can get the impossible. This is where the emotional resonance comes in. You aren't just a seller, you are a savior. You are the person who makes their dreams accessible. But there is one detail I haven't mentioned yet, and it's the most important part.
The secret is the batch burner technique. When a specific item becomes too popular, the factories move on. The supply dries up, and the fakes actually start to appreciate in value on the secondary market. Yes, you heard that right. People are reselling high-quality replicas for more than they originally paid because the perfect batch is no longer available. It is a secondary market within a secondary market. It is layers of profit stacked on top of each other. You have to be fast. You have to be tuned into the whispers of the forums and the encrypted chat rooms. If you are slow, you are left with inventory that no one wants. But if you are first, you are the king of the mountain. This is Fiscal Awakening, where we pull back the curtain on the secrets.
Let's talk about the digital handshake. To get into the top-tier sourcing circles, you cannot just search on Google. You have to know the right Discord servers, the right Telegram channels, and the right agents. These agents act as your boots on the ground. They go into the markets, they inspect the goods, and they send you high-resolution photos before a single dollar ever leaves your pocket. This is how you eliminate the risk of getting scammed. You build a team of invisible partners who are just as hungry as you are. It is a global network of hustlers working together to disrupt the traditional luxury industry. It feels like something out of a movie, but it is the daily reality for thousands of people who decided they were done playing by the old, boring rules. Actually, let's talk about the Alex case study. Alex was a 22-year-old college dropout with $800 to his name. He didn't want a job. He wanted an empire. He spent 3 months lurking in these private communities, learning the language and identifying the holy grail items. He didn't buy anything at first. He just watched. Then he made his move. He bought 5 pairs of high-tier sneakers. He didn't sell them on public platforms. He went to high-end car meets and talked to the guys in the Lamborghinis. He showed them the quality. He told them the truth. By the end of the day, he had sold all 5 pairs for a 300% profit. Within 6 months, he was moving 50 units a week. He wasn't a criminal. He was a consultant for the elite. This is the moment of truth. Most people will watch this video and do absolutely nothing. They will go back to their 9-to-5s, complaining about the cost of living while wearing an overpriced shirt made in the same factory they are too afraid to research. But not you. You are still here because you feel the spark. You know that the traditional path is a dead end.
If you have learned something today that feels like a secret, then you know what to do. Subscribe to Fiscal Awakening. This is only the beginning of our journey into the hidden engines of wealth. We are going to explore the gray, the dark, and the brilliant ways to make money that the schools never mentioned. The world is a stage, and the costumes are fake, but the profit? It's yours.